I'm Luisa with Frontline Facts, where we are correcting the immigration rhetoric and we're talking about public policy. We happen to be invited tonight to a very exclusive Republican Party by the Menudo Club representatives to listen to different candidates speak about their platforms and what they're running for and what their stance is. We're having the privilege of speaking to people like Warren Howell, who's been running for Harris County Judge, and a couple of other candidates that we're interviewing this evening. So, Mr. Warren Howell, I know that you're running for Harris County Judge, but there's a specific issue that is important for voters to know and understand. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the Harris County courts and the jail system with this O'Donnell decree and how long that's been standing and what you intend to do, and kind of give me an overview of what is going on.
You know, it started in 1983 and it was designed to provide relief, if you will, to those who committed misdemeanors. But it's been expanded, and now it's gotten to the point where it's costing $120 to $150 million a year, depending on how much, how many folks get thrown in jail. We're paying for everything, and they're using the O'Donnell consent decree as the basis, if you will, to do that. Now, they had in Dallas County, they had the Davis decision, which gave us a complete out to do away with the O'Donnell consent decree. And for some reason, Rodney Ellis was able to muster enough support to squash that.
Well, in my understanding, because I have worked with the immigration system for a very long time, is that decree is also being used to protect criminal illegal aliens that are committing heinous crimes. It's not just, it originally started with just misdemeanors, but we're talking about felons that are out for murder and capital murder and domestic violence issues, serious crimes.
Serious. Now it's been expanded to just what you're saying, to illegal immigration, to people who commit serious crimes. And then, of course, we can't, once something gets started, instead of getting rid of it, they keep expanding, they keep making it more. Here's the deal. It is supposed to expire in September, but you can bet with Rodney Ellis running Commissioner's Court, they're going to keep it going. They're going to extend it. You watch. They'll do it. So that's why I say in January, that's the very first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that, because I know darn well it's going to be there when I get there.
Well, and one last question, because I think you're right on point. What do you intend to do on day one that's going to make a difference with all this expenditures and this abuse? And, taxpayers are overburdened already, but you've got some pretty clear ideas of what you're going to do on your first day on the job.
Yeah, the first day is real simple. On the agenda will be the creation or the expansion of duties in the Department of Auditors to create a forensic audit of every department. That's the start. I'm not going to let them audit the Department of Administration. We're going to just get rid of it. We didn't need it for 185 years. We sure as hell don't need it now. I'm going to get rid of the county administrator, which is costing us a fortune. And we're going to get rid of that office that was created for that union person. And that starts the ball rolling. That starts changing the direction of Commissioner's Court. And we do it by having 3 votes. Well, we're going to work our tails off to get those 3 votes. And while we're working on the 3 votes, we're going to put everything else to further discussion. It's going to be just that simple.
So tonight we had the pleasure of interviewing Orlando Sanchez. You are running for Harris County Judge. Tell me, tonight's forum was very, very interesting because you have some very valid points. Number one is the security of our communities. Why is that so important? And why is it so important in Harris County?
Well, right now, for example, just today, there was some introduction of a county policy that would dovetail with the city of Houston's decision not to cooperate with our ICE agents. That puts the public at risk. And so I'm very much of the opinion that the whole reason we have local government is to protect our taxpayers.
And the second thing you mentioned was being able to not only cooperate, but people are worried about property taxes. The more they increase, the more we're going to have people moving out of the city because they simply cannot afford what the cost is of living here.
Yeah, but it's not just this city, it's everywhere. My friends on the Democrats on the other side talk about affordability. What they won't tell you is the thing that's driving up affordability is property taxes and insurance. Most people pay more in property taxes and insurance than they do interest and principal on their house.
Thank you very much.
Yes.